missed call.
It's me.
I'm like, where are you? Oh shit. Oh, let's not do that right now. Let's not do that right now. Let's not do that right there. Ooh, let's not do that. Let's do something like this right here. Let's get that on the screen before I come up with something else here. You can't give people everything right away. They're like, what's that? Oh shit. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do that. Testing 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check. Thank you. We will be with you in seconds. Don't worry. This is not a normal broadcast as usual. We do things somewhat unorthodox. So let's go over here and do some sharing with this real quick so that. Is everybody doing well on a Saturday? On a Saturday. On a Saturday morning. Oops, afternoon. I'm sorry. I just lost all track of time. But it's going to be okay. We all here together, having a great, fantastic old time. And let me share this. I am live with Miss Double Service. Now, how long have you been in Phoenix?
12 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got it. Content is everything. People don't realize how important content is and quality content. You know, and this is rare because a lot of people never see. A lot of people that they see me on a lot of my live streams, but they don't see me in this kind of environment because they don't think this is what I do. And what has happened with our people is that we have isolated ourselves from ourselves. Because of this. We don't have to be outside, so we live on this screen, and it has become a serious problem and getting worse. But life goes on. Somebody's got to. Everybody can't make it to the promised land. So don't even worry if there's some. When you see some on the side of the road, probably your best place. Sad to say, but it is what it is. And ain't enough room for everybody. And if you can't figure out how to get there, it's going to be a problem. Okay, let's share this with everybody. I'm sure everybody's doing well. It is Saturday afternoon in Phoenix, overcast skies. But YouTube, on the right to that music. I created it myself, and I know the beat is probably from something somewhere that's already been registered. So let's not continue that. Nigga, please. Ain't my fault. And so, share this with the multitude of individuals that never respond to your social media. Now, I mean, you can have like I've got over 5,000 uh, friends, but my content comes back more unfriends
Then friends.
watched it
Yeah.
than friends.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. And periodically, you have to go through your friend stuff
Yeah. Invite. Invite.
and delete,
Oh, delete.
delete.
Well,
And so
well,
so
sometimes they don't see it.
yes, but they will know that they've been deleted if they are really interested in your content because they're trying. Oh fuck, I've been unfriend, and then you know the people that
Ah,
are
that were
serious.
actually
So
serious.
so when you delete a bunch of them and they don't respond back, you know you did the best thing.
Right.
Yeah, you made room for some real people, and at the end of the day, what our people do is everything they can to not support each other
Mm-hmm.
while claiming to support each other.
Right.
So that is, and normally when I am doing one of these podcasts, I generally go through a background, like who you are, where you came from, where you going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is getting ready to be one of those kind of shows. Y'all already know. What the hell is my coat on? Okay, that. Don't worry, don't worry. It's not really that. So yeah, she's right over there. Man, we okay. Hold on. Do I need to crop that? Cause I really don't want that curtain thing shown. So I can do
So
this
just
like
leave
that
it.
right there. Yeah, no, that's right. No, you can go. What do I need to do? I need some elevation on that. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, this little weird camera. Can I get some? Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see
There
if
you
I
go.
can get some. Yeah, there we go. Get you like that. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. That part. All right, all right, all right, all right. Looks like we are ready to go on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? How are y'all doing? We are on the air. And don't blame me. It's not my fault. We do this, PhoenixStreetNews.com. You already know. We're doing a business daily show. And as a part of the business daily show, we do business. And today, our spotlight is on Ms. Carter's mobile notary service. And Ms. Carter, you already see, is in studio with me. How you doing, Ms. Carter?
I'm well. How are you? How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? Y'all better act. Y'all better get loud out there and stuff. And because this could be you. This could be you and your business with PhoenixStreetNews.com, magazine, radio, and television. And today, which is an unusual kind of day, we have someone in studio. As you know, this past week, starting Monday, we started Business Daily Show, which is a a return to spotlight on your business. And if you recall, my business partner, Dynasty, we were out on location with different businesses, but now we on TV now. We back then it was just magazine. Now it's TV and radio. We got people in studio and not anybody because some people say I'm an entrepreneur. And you know what that means? I don't have a particular profession. She didn't say she's an entrepreneur. She's a notary. That makes a difference. Even though the card is upside down, I like you didn't see that. Okay, so Miss, Miss Carter, where are you? No, I can't ask that. Can't ask women their age. So, where were you born?
I am a St. Louis native.
St. Louis, Missouri. East St. Louis or
No. St. Louis, St. Louis.
St. Louis, St. Louis.
Yes.
Okay, all right, because last time I was in St. Louis, none of the streets went through. Because I live in Kansas City. And I had cousins that lived in St. Louis. So up I-70 to St. Louis. I get to St. Louis, they're like, yeah, okay, bro, we on such and such street. I'm like, you turn, you go down the street. What? Got to go back out, go around, right, and come. No streets go through.
Yeah, you can get lost in St. Louis. And you
Yeah,
get lost in the wrong part.
and you don't get lost in the wrong part.
Right.
And the loop, everything's in this freaking circle.
Oh my goodness. I try to tell people stay away from the circle if you don't know how to drive the circle. I really wish they would make that a law. Like they need to do separate class for driving the circle because it's crazy. People don't know how to drive the circle.
Yeah, because you can be on one side of the circle, it's north. And you can go around the circle and now you're south.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and you can't go through from north to south or east to west.
Right, you got to go around again.
You got to go around the circle and plug in.
Yeah.
I'm like, they doing y'all wrong in St. Louis. They doing y'all wrong in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And not only St. Louis, Chicago too. Y'all got that fucking train, that elevated.
Oh, yeah, that's up here.
Yeah. So your apartment, you're on the second story. You're on the second floor. The fucking train is right outside your window. I'm like, no, not doing it. I know. I couldn't do it. St. Louis is crazy. The city is crazy. Kansas City was crazy enough. Okay, so from St. Louis, parents?
My parents are from Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Okay, both parents. Okay, had both her parents. And that means she's like probably over 45. It's called because you've had both of your parents. That was back when they had parents. They ain't had parents since the 70s. So.
Oh, that is so sad.
It is?
Oh my God, don't say that.
No, but I'm serious. We haven't had parents since the 70s.
Two-parent households.
We haven't had two-parent households since the 70s. And
well, I'm an 80s baby, and I had a two-parent household.
Oh, you were the last.
I think I was the last.
Yeah. You got lucky.
I always say that us 80s babies, we the last of a dying breed.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that the 80s babies were at the beginning of the collapse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was when, you know, because in the 70s we had no fault divorce
right
came into play. prior to the 70s, oh, you had to fight like hell to get out
To
of a
get out of
marriage.
a marriage. Yep.
And after the feminist movement liberation came in, they said, "Well, we're gonna have to make it easier to get away from this dude."
Right.
And they came up with no fault divorce, and that pretty much changed everything. Put that cash app out there. Hit the cash app, y'all. Stop playing. You know we starving over here. I'm serious, y'all. I mean, I'm on Social Security. You know Trump. You know how Trump is. He gonna starve me out. Y'all can't let this happen. So hit the cash app. $1. Don't play. Anyway, so now what did your parents do?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad worked for Boeing.
Work for Boeing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Engineer?
No, he worked in contracts,
At what?
contract negotiations.
He deciding on the money.
Yep, he was a math major, and
Oh, so a math major?
he got his degree in math and went to the Air Force and got hired with Boeing out of the Air Force.
Let's see, a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all missed out on your opportunity. If you looked at the military as uh, I got to go fight for the country, well, that's one aspect of it. Second aspect of it, I'm gonna slide in here, get these benefits, and get out of Dodge. Not I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna be here for 10 years, 20 years. No. 2, 3 years, go get your money. But uh, after the 80s, a lot of black men were like, oh, government, government, and missed out on that opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now, damn, a stay-at-home mom. Now, what was her profession? Did she? What was her?
Cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry,
No.
going to all the events with
All
the
the
kids,
stay-at-home mom
doing
stuff.
shopping,
Right now,
shopping.
was she? Did she go to college? Did she?
No,
No, just high school graduate and got married and said,
had kids,
"I'm good."
stayed at home. Now my dad did have a few business ventures,
Right.
throughout the years, and she would work,
Okay.
for whatever venture
Yeah.
he had going on at the time. But outside of that, that was all of her work
Yeah.
experience.
See, y'all playing. Y'all playing. You want to do it all? Have at it. But if you want to be a real woman, you better grab a guy that's going somewhere
All right.
and be like, bro, I think I can help you get there quicker.
Yes, I think I can get you there.
Yeah, I can get you there. And that is, see, y'all better pay attention to this lady. So now, uh, in school, in high school, what was your thing?
I was track. Mhm.
Oh shit, we got a
Yeah.
sprinter here.
Yes, I was a sprinter. I did the 100 and the 200
Okay.
relays and everything. So track was my
What school?
So in high school, I actually went to St. Charles High.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to go out of St. Louis.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So that what happened when the parents is working good. Like, we getting our kid out of here.
everybody's had their little knucklehead phase. I had mine in high school,
Yeah.
and I mean in middle school,
Right.
like later part of elementary, all through middle school, and then I ended up going out to St. Charles for high school, and then I got my act together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, married?
I am not married. I am not married.
Uh,
You know,
she's single.
marriage is serious, and in 2025, it's very slim pickings as far as quality husband material. So
Slim pickings for husband material. So if any of you ladies out there that's got one, you better hold on.
Listen, Barbara. It's Shirley.
Said, turn your head like, ups. She ain't treating you right, bruh. Let me holler at you for a minute.
Listen.
You know, that is a tragedy in our community of the lack of marriage. Only 30% of black people are married. So now, no kids either.
I do have children. I have two.
She's got two children.
I have two boys.
Two boys.
Hmm.
And what do they do?
They do it all.
Uh oh.
Come on now. You see, they mama is amazing. They can't help but to be amazing.
See what she said? She didn't mention their daddy, but that's okay. That's okay.
You know what?
You know how they turn on us.
Hold on, because I don't want to be like that. Because my children, a big part of why my children are the way they are is because their dad helps me a lot when it comes to raising boys.
Yeah.
That I do not understand. There are things that these boys do, and I just can't get it through my brain why they function like that. But their dad understands them, and he's very good at breaking it down for me and teaching me how to best handle some of these situations.
Okay. That's a go. What was the last kind of issue that the boys had, and you're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna have to call you. I'm gonna have to call your dad. You're gonna have to straighten this out. And dad straightened it out. What was it?
Ooh, I don't know if I want to say the last one.
The last one. They was really fucking. How old are they?
I don't know if I want to say the last one. They are. My oldest will be 10 on Friday, and my little one will be 8 2 weeks.
Oh, come on now. They ain't did nothing too bad.
Man, listen, these are boys. You remember being a boy?
Well, yeah. I grew up in the South. Do something crazy and you about to get it.
Listen, they not growing up in the South.
Nah, that's right. So, okay. So, So, what did the 10-year-old do?
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna speak on this last situation because I don't think he would appreciate that.
Well, he a kid.
But I still respect his boundaries and his.
He ain't got no boundaries.
Yes, he does.
No, he don't. See, that's the thing that his daddy was like, nah, boy, you ain't got no boundaries. We want to know everything you do. You have zero it's like
they have boundaries to an extent. And here's the thing: boundaries are so important for healthy relationships with everybody, friends, intimate family. They're so important. And we didn't do a good job of learning how to hold boundaries for ourselves as children, right?
Well,
and
no, we gotta be trained in the boundaries. Sometimes we gotta be beat in the boundaries.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I just have learned to, do better, with the children that I'm raising, teaching them early things that I learned late. So in order for me to really teach them about having boundaries, I actually have to be the example for that. The example of setting boundaries, having boundaries with them and holding firm on it, and then also respecting their boundaries.
Respecting their boundaries. They don't pay no bills.
Extent, right?
They don't pay no bills, and they getting some extra respect.
Not
okay,
extra.
so look. Okay, so her kids are her friends.
Oh, not at all. No, my kids will tell you real quick. My mama is not my friend.
No, okay,
I'm the example of setting boundaries with them.
Okay. Now, with that idea and that notion of setting of being an example, what was the rule that you grew up under about the example?
Nothing. It was do
as I say do, not as I do. Now, there is a very good reason behind that. As I do, as an adult, I do as of experience,
right,
and know my limitations.
Right.
You, as a kid, can't mimic my behavior because you don't know how I got here.
Right.
So I'm not gonna hide the but I'm going to tell you where I am is not a good place. So do not do as I do as I say do. And I think where parenting went wrong after the 70s was I can't be grown. I can't be grown because now I got kids that are gonna be grown and gonna get and I'm gonna give them the impression that life don't have no consequences. And see, and that's what happens when you give kids that I'm gonna be super straight and set a perfect example. There is no perfect example.
True.
So you have to look. These are the rules. You break them, there are consequences. And they're like, well, but you, but I'm grown. And when you get here, you'll get a chance to make this decision with your kids.
Right.
And you need to use the example that I'm giving you on parenting as a roadmap of what work and what don't work.
Right.
Because what's happening in the generation in your generation, you're like the millennial or X or G, or which one of them?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, what happened with my generation? I'm 70. I'll be 75. I mean, I'll just turn 75. Okay, a lot of people in my generation said, I'm not going to raise my kid like my parents raised me. I'm not going to put that switch on them. You know what I mean? Okay, well, I always say, is there something wrong with you as a result of the way your parents raised you? Well, no, I'm perfect. Okay, so you want to experiment with your kid with breaking the tradition and see how it play out. Well, here we are, 50 years later, we see how it played out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do as an adult, and I'm not gonna particularly shield you from it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna okay, I come in, stumble and stuff. Uh, I worked 40 hours and some overtime, paid all the bills. I get to get fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't get to get fucked up because you don't know the consequences. You know what I mean? So you're gonna go out with your friends. Now you're in jail. Now you are,
Right.
and you are not gonna be responsible for your consequences. I gotta be.
Right.
So break the rules. They gonna get you, and I'm gonna get you too when you get to the house. And because we don't have men in the homes now, and I had ladies say, well, we're in communication with the father, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. This is a scenario. The boy gets in a fight at school. He comes home beat up. Mom is, oh, what happened? I'm gonna go up there and get him. What they do? If the dad is in the house, the dad is gonna break it down. What happened? Oh well, this happened. Was he bigger than you or smaller than you? Oh, we were the same size. If you the same size and he beat you up, me and you got to go to the garage. I got to get you straight. If he's bigger than you and he's bullying you, all right, now we got a different tactic for that.
Mm-hmm.
This is when you lay in the cut and catch him by himself and bust his head and stuff. You know what I mean? So you got and men know how to navigate that. The boy come home beat up the mom and oh my baby, and he don't need that. He need some analyzation. What happened? How it happened? When it happened? What's it? Boom. So now we can come up and from a man perspective, perceptive. We're gonna come up with a strategy to logically handle this. We ain't no don't nobody know we plotting. But mom, oh, she's at the school and on and and now the kid is embarrassed because the kid like everybody know I got beat up. And then, it's like a kid come home beat up and the mom is trying to pass him. He's like, oh, don't test me, I'm all right. And stuff like, I'll be okay. And the dad would have been like, all right, you good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff. And you have to have that in the home because both kids learn valuable lessons from their father that they can't get from their mother.
True.
Other than how the two interact. When she's hysterical, how does he react to that? When he comes in beat down from the world, how does she handle that? And when there's a problem, he's not hysterical. All right, okay, this is what we're gonna do. So kids see logic, rational thinking. They see emotion, when emotion works and when it don't. But when kids are in a home with just a woman, they see emotions all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's emotion. So now when the kids are out, they're emotional about everything and nothing like, well, rationalize this. What's the advantage? What's the disadvantage? And that's what they get from men. And it's a tragedy that that women have decided that the man is not necessary because of them. I don't need no man. Well, the man wasn't there for you anyway. He's there for the kids.
I lose a lot of friends over this debate.
Is that right?
I lose a lot of friends over this one. I actually just lost a friend recently because she tried to tell me that I don't need a man to teach my boys how to be men. And I actually had a. So I have good men in my son's life. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's very important for them to have men around them that they
Yeah.
can look up to, glean on, and learn from, right? And so I was telling her how I was going to drop my son off, with one of the brothers to go, be with the guys and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And she's like, well, that's unnecessary. And, she starts giving me all these points that she has about why I can teach my son to be a man myself and I don't need to be going to take him to the brothers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy. You sound insane.
Hey, y'all, listen. In primitive times, when a boy comes of age, and we know what coming of age mean, ain't blanks no more. They real live bullets, and they will make you pregnant. So the elders take the boys and take them to man training.
Mm-hmm.
And when they come back, mom is like, "Oh, you back?" And boy's like, "No, no, no, no. We don't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that no more. You don't hug me. We don't do none of that
Mm-hmm.
because now I'm in man mode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in protect, provide. I gotta be thinking. Is there anything could happen? A wildebeest could run into the camp. I gotta know what to do. And you, oh no, 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 no. So you go talk to my sister, and that's cool.
Right.
But me and you ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
And that's a difference. Like for men in a household, when a boy gets junior, senior in high school, a dad is thinking, "What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do? Because you ain't gonna be no two men in this house. Yeah, I'm not gonna be trying to debate with you about nothing. Cause boys, especially if the boy is as big or bigger than his father. He been playing football, been pushing suckers around. It's just a matter of time. He's gonna buck. It's just a matter of time. And the dad ain't wanting to sock him in the face. Cause he know this gotta be quick.
Right.
This gotta be quick. Law is quick. And punishment is absolute.
Yeah.
So we ain't got time to be like working our way up to you think you a man now.
Mm-hmm.
No. My job is I got you ready. I need you to be looking at your future, your wife, your cause you at generally if a boy is in the house with his father by the time when he's a junior, you got to have a part-time job because you got to get transportation. Boy, you got to take a girl to prom. What you gonna do? So normally a boy starts working part-time in his junior year, senior year. He's working. Parents tell him to tell all boys, whatever kind of car you want, we got half down. You got half, and you got the payments. We good. And that's teaching responsibility. And now you don't have men in the house. I was talking to a lady. Oh, where's her car? I ain't gonna talk about it. And so she works a beautician at the gallery barbershop on 19th and Dunlap. So what did I? And so I'm talking to her because I'm setting up an appointment, and we done got through that and stuff, and everything's fine. And then we start getting on just social issues, and she happened to have some teenagers at the house, and she said, "Oh yeah, the boys are here." I'm like, "How old are they?" She said, because she said they were playing video games. I'm like, "How old are they?" She said, "Oh, they like 20, 30, 50, whatever." I'm like, "Why are they at home? Why are grown boys at the house? Because a man ain't having that. But you will allow that because you need security and you need help with the rent, whatever, little odd. So you ain't gonna let the boy go. You glad he ain't going nowhere. But that's bad for him." So she put me on speakerphone. And the boys are hearing what I'm saying. They're like, "Yeah, he's right. Yeah, me and this and me and that." And she got pissed. She got pissed off and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, okay, well, blah, 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 blah. And don't call this number again." And stuff. I was like, "Wait a minute. We got an appointment."
Yeah, people get in their feelings when you disagree with them, and they be mad and don't want to talk to you.
Well, that, but see, our women got to stop that. Got to stop that because black women have got to where a place where they can't be corrected,
Mm-hmm.
and that's everybody can be corrected. Men get corrected, and just like I was telling a friend of mine I met about a year ago from a white guy from Connecticut, and he comes here once a year for a business conference, and so I met him at a strip club. So anyway, and so the next year, this year when he comes back, he's like, "Yo, bro, I'm in town. Let's hang out." Woo, woo. So we're having a fantastic time, right? Drunk, arguing, and he's short, Jewish, Italian guy, and he's got his political issues. I got my political points. He's like, yeah, he's born in '69. I'm like, same age as my daughter. So I don't care about you being an adult. You my kid's age. So now we give it has some real man shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And said, I don't care nothing about your view. You better be able to stand on your position.
Right.
And so if this is the way you feel, why? Then I need you to break that down.
Right.
You don't get that. This is how I feel and then dip. No.
Right.
This is the way you feel. Why? And me and him are like I like this right here, I'm like, man, all right, and he stood his ground on his, because he was like, yeah, I'm cool with reparation, but y'all can't be in our neighborhood, So, but he was a cool guy because he's like, he works at a bank and stuff. I like, bro, when is the last time a black person got a loan at your bank?
Mm.
And I'm like, all right, rest my case. You got to tell me about your political position.
Right.
Your job lets me know
Right.
and stuff, So yeah, y'all redlining still. Don't play.
Right.
So now, you said you got into notary as a result of being a real estate investor.
Yes.
Okay. I was on a seminar with a Filipino guy about veterans benefits. Okay? And he was talking about veterans not using their their housing and investment benefits for buying property, for buying commercial property. The guy said only 4% of veterans use their military benefits.
Right. And that's due to lack of education, right? And
Well, I'm a vet, right? Okay, lack of education where? You would think that a military counselor would talk to you after you, because you become eligible after you ain't got to do it, make it through boot camp. And if something happened, you got full benefits,
right,
and you got access. So after 6 months or a year into the service, you can actually use your veteran housing benefits. Okay? And then veterans get caught up with, well, we might have to move, you know. And a lot of the investment deals say you got to live on the property for your primary resident for X number of time, a year or two, or whatever, before you can sell it. Okay? This guy's like, all right, well, the way you get around that is it's your resident. You ain't got to be there. You know what I mean? You got deployed, still your resident. Okay, so and what this guy was talking about is taking a property and then subdividing it out. Like you buy a 5-bedroom house. Well, you live in 1 bedroom and you rent the other 4 out. You know, you parcel this stuff out. I was like, and then after the time frame, you move. Now you rent your place. Now the whole thing is a rental property.
Right.
You know, and I was like, and then other than that, most people look at veteran benefits as marriage related.
Right.
Veterans can invest in property that aren't married.
Right.
Or they can be just friends or don't even know each other. Not like that. They just business associate, and we're gonna put a couple our veteran benefits together to buy this 4-plex or 6-plex, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
We're gonna live in one. Okay, so you got veterans homeless, and it's like nobody for 96% of veterans to not be using their benefits. For a realtor, that's a wide open fucking market. You know what I mean? For you like, if you're a veteran, contact me today.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's a great strategy for realtors. So I just want you to understand I am not a realtor. I do not have a license. I am just an investor. So just like you, I use other people's money to buy properties and sell properties and things like that.
Now that was one of the other things that which is one of the main factors of investment is using other people's money.
Yes.
And um, so this is going to be a tricky question. Say, for instance, you see a property, might need a little work. You're not trying to use your money. How do you convince an investor to give you the money to buy the property?
Well, you show them the ROI.
Huh?
You show them the return on their investment.
What?
Anyone who is an investor, they invest for the return.
Right.
That's why they invest. They want to get a return. They want to see
Right.
profits. Excuse me.
Mhm.
So if you can make it make sense that there's a return on the investment, obviously a beneficial return on their investment. That's Here's the thing. The key word is finding an investor.
We.
Meaning you found somebody, this is what they do. This
Right.
is already what they do.
Right.
I don't gotta convince them to do it.
Right.
They already
They are
do it.
looking for places to put money, and
And
they don't care if it takes a loss because there's a write-off if they lose.
right. So it's just number one, making sure you're talking to the right person.
Right.
And then number two, being able to paint the picture for them so that they understand the return on the investment.
We might have to do that show. The investment show, ladies and gentlemen, the next show will be how you can invest in real estate and not necessarily flip property, but flip property. Because not flip property. That was one of the things that the guy on this military deal for buying property was that the flipping of the property, bad deal.
Yep, that's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, and so because my man was saying that, okay, in order to flip property, you're gonna buy a property that is needs some work, right? You're gonna get it for the low. Now you gotta fix it up to get it ready for market. He says, okay, that's gonna take 6, 8 months, 12 months to get it ready. Okay, so now that's an investment that you put into the property. And so now he was saying that the average flip property earns $25,000-$30,000, right? So he says it'll take you a year, year and a half to get that 30,000. Okay, look, okay. He said versus taking the house, parceling it, and renting it out for continuous money.
I mean, both of them are great strategies.
Right.
And the fallacy in what he's saying is that fix and flips don't take a year. I mean, you've seen properties in neighborhoods get rehabbed and sold, and how much
He
time?
said, no, 6 months is about the quickest.
I've seen it happen quicker than that, and it depends on the property. Right?
Well, yeah, and so what this guy is saying, it depends, it depends, it depends. Millennials, it is 70 some million millennials, right? What is the number one thing that millennials do? Is rent.
Mm-hmm.
And not only rent, they what's it called when you are roommates.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got about 50-60% of millennials are roommating instead of being married. Okay? So what this guy's like, dude, it is so much because it's a housing shortage. So rentals
Right.
are in demand. So So it's easy for you to take a house. This guy was like, okay, it's a 4 bedroom house.
So I wanted to say this, but I had to check first because I don't like saying things and it's
Yeah.
not factual.
Uh-huh.
But 55% of millennials are homeowners,
Uh,
and that
what?
is
Hold on. Now,
from data received in 2024.
okay. Now, how out of that number, you said how many? What percent?
55%.
55% are homeowners, and I would say that 40% of them are single.
Okay. Let's
Now,
move
now,
on.
now are single. Okay, so that so the because only 30% of
Right.
black people are married.
Right.
So see, you got
59% of them are single.
almost all of them, and so what? And this was a problem with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was going to float the 40-year mortgage
Mm.
for now. Trump went 50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what they are doing, what rich people are doing, is saying your first house is going to be your only house, and now it's not an investment.
Right.
Now it's just your home, one home for life,
Yeah.
and taking investment out of it. That's a bad thing
Right.
because what they're looking at, how do I service a single parent?
Mm.
And they ain't gonna need to get equity because they're gonna have to be at this motherfucker all their life, and their grandkids gonna be in this house, and everybody gonna end up coming through this one house.
Right.
And so for me, logically, rationally speaking, we got a problem. And so because and with the high rental with roommating instead of marriage, and marriage creates investment,
Right.
creates wealth. Marriage is like the first line of investment wealth.
Right.
Starts at the marriage, the house, and the property that is created from there. Because America is built on two. I trust you if you're being responsible.
Right.
And we consider family as the most important responsibility. So if you're doing that, we'll give you a loan. We'll give you this right here. We'll give you
Right.
low interest. If you're single, the price of everything just went through the roof.
Absolutely.
And so now we have the rainbow. So and the rainbow is like being targeted because the rainbow got expendable cash because they don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody and everybody like, why is everything about the rainbow? They got the money, and they ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
So everybody like, well, sell them shit. Everybody like, well, no, sell straight people. Like, nah, straight people got responsibilities and they got budgets and stuff. These people they got no budgets. These people just we just having fun, and so it is a from a relative point of view. You right, get me go follow the rainbow.
Listen, I don't discriminate. Okay, money is green and
All day, every day, money is green.
Money is green. I do not discriminate. But no, I think that education is really the bottom line at the end of the day. We are largely uneducated. From our younger generation to our older generation. Now, you spit a lot of knowledge on here today, but it sounds like a lot of what you spit, you learned later in your life.
I learned on the fly.
Right.
It ain't no doubt
later
about it.
Later in life, right?
Yeah.
So we now we're learning all of these things kind of late in our life, but a lot of the reasons why our community is held back is because we just don't know.
Now check this out. Okay. Grew up with my grandparents, right? I got married out of high school because my high school girlfriend got pregnant.
Right.
All right, well, from the South, you already know. She get pregnant, she your wife. Period.
Right.
You ain't got no choice. Boy, whatever. You figured out, but you gonna have to do that, boy. I don't. And so that didn't really. That was my first kid, only kid with that man. But I end up after I got out of the military in '74. In '78, I'm marrying my second wife and buying my first house.
Mm,
Okay, so in life, if you don't like now, first time home buyers are like 40 years old.
right.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like with that 40 or 50-year mortgage, if you bought the house at 25 to 65, it's 40 fucking years. So if you wait, oh, you just cut your own throat.
Right.
You don't have enough time to get to the goal line.
Not necessarily, right? Because there are ways to pay your mortgage off a lot faster than 40 years.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that, again,
but
comes with
with having
education.
three incomes,
No, not
you
at
got to
all.
pay double principal
Nope, not at
without
all.
paying double principal.
Without paying double principal.
Oh boy, y'all know we about to talk now.
Okay. And that's why I say education is really where we're struggling. It's not that these
Well,
strategies or opportunities aren't there. It's just that we don't know them. We
but
don't know.
who's responsible for teaching us?
I mean, at this point in our life, we are.
No,
We are
at
responsible.
all points sound like we should have been.
Right, right. We responsible for teaching our youth, and we're responsible for teaching ourselves. So
Yeah.
that's absolutely correct. And I think that's where we really need to focus in these times is really learning, teaching and learning, teaching our youth and learning for ourselves.
The thing about this now, I know you're familiar with. Everybody we trying to get a little reparation check. And ADOS movement, American Descendants of Slavery, you got Foundation of Black Americans, FBA. And I'm like, okay, what if you don't get it? What's your backup plan for the people? If so, see, with reparation, we got to play like we're a group. Now, we like each other. Okay, well, in reality, we don't like each other. We don't support each other. So my thing is like, all right, what is the backup plan for survival? All right, so I brought up Dr. Claude Anderson, group economics. Oh, that's archaic. I'm like, really? You forget we are a tribe that don't know it's a tribe.
Right.
And that's a problem.
Right.
Because we don't know, we got to take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
We think as Americans, the white folks are going to help us.
Right.
And they tricked us in believing that they're responsible to help us. So now, instead of us, like when I grew up in segregation. I grew up in the 50s and early 60s. When the civil rights passed, in 64, I was 14. Well, I lived all my life in segregation.
Right.
We was doing good. We built our own house, everything we did for ourselves. If you can't make it, you ain't gonna have it.
Right.
And that white guy, if you make it, he coming to get it.
Right.
You know?
I mean, here's the reality, and some people say I kind of sound like Candace Owens when I talk about this. I am neither a fan or a hater of her. I'm with her when she's right, and I'm not with her when she's not right.
Oh, we got a Candace Owens fan here. All right, go.
I am not a fan. I'm just with her when she's right. And the reality is, we are spending too much time waiting for so much to be given to us, and that's just not how this is going to work, right? Like reparations, the 40 acres in the moon, they ain't never going to give that to us.
Well. See, now, this is why I always like when people say never, they said that about slavery. Never.
Right.
But see,
I take that back.
But see, the offset of never is why. Okay, well, if you don't get out in the street and beat the man over the head, closed mouth don't get fed.
True.
Ask and you shall receive.
But here's the reality: a lot of things have been set up for us to get 40 acres and a mule ourselves. We can go get 40 acres, right? You and I can
Well,
put
yeah,
our
yeah,
money
yeah.
together and go buy.
Yeah,
It's so
I
much
know.
land in
I,
Arizona.
I
We
know.
can go buy
I
40
know.
acres right now.
I know.
It's a bunch of horses out here
Yeah.
too. We can buy one
Yeah,
of
and
them.
listen.
We
That
can get
is
that
that
ourselves.
is true. Now, in that vein, we have to be double edged. We have to be self sufficient
Mhm.
and press the system
Mhm.
and stuff because the government supported our demise. Just like when last year, when the a couple of Chinese got slapped around, and they we're the Asian hate blah 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 blah. So they got an Asian hate crime. Okay, well the majority of hate crime in America is perpetrated against us.
Right.
So between getting reparation, oh well, we got to push for a hate crime, and there was just in the news yesterday from one of my black media person, Black Authority, on YouTube about this sister and her husband. They go to the hospital. She is
Oh, in labor.
in labor.
Yeah, I saw
She
that.
in labor. Oh, husband there. They trying to get okay. It's within hours. Contractions. Like right now, she had a baby. They had the security escort her and her husband out of the hospital. They get out, get in the truck, drive off. 15 minutes later, she delivered on the side of the road in
On
the
the
truck.
highway. Yeah, they fired them though.
They did?
The hospital fired all them staff. The doctors, the nurses. Yeah.
But what if and what was it brought tears to my eye. Now, I had a girlfriend that was pregnant when I met her. I ain't know. I'm assuming it's my kid. She delivers. We're in an apartment. She goes to the shower and like, oh shit, my water broke in the shower, right? She comes back, lays on the bed. She's like, oh, fuck, let's go. Call the paramedics. Oh, boom, I'm gonna call them. 911, they shoot over. Paramedics get there, and just so happened, it's an older white guy with the paramedic team.
Mhm.
She's laying there on the bed. Paramedic, he got it, bro. He's like, uh-oh. Says she's crowning. And the guy's like, okay, get the gurney. Like, no, bro. The crowning means
Baby
we ain't
boy.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's about to happen right now. Go get the delivery kit. So he goes, they go get the kit, come out, and the guy, he's sitting there, and before you know it, heads out. He's got the little sucking little stuff, little mucus stuff. A second or two later, whole thing, boom, shot out. I'm like, good lord. Okay, so got the baby, and the old man, he's got the baby wrapped up, and he's like, give me the little pincher, the
Oh,
little pincher
yeah.
thing, and I'm like, dude, you holding the baby, you can't do all of this. I'm like, wait, where'd I put the pinchers? I put the pincher. He like cut the cord. I'm like, and then he's got the baby over his shoulder, and I'm standing behind him, and the baby's like looking at me and says, and when later on he said, yeah, the first thing the baby see was a white man. I'm like, don't lie, bro. Yeah, she, and so, but the brother was in an interview with the news reporters, and he's telling the story that I had to deliver the baby. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, and he's like in his 30s or something.
Mhm.
We are so ignorant of life. And luckily, that nothing went wrong. Everything was perfect fucking delivery. And he was like, I was able to deliver the baby, boom, boom, right there and stuff. And that had to be like a real hella bonding
Right.
kind of thing,
Right.
Because back in the day, there ain't nobody go. We delivering babies at the house all the time. You know what I mean? People dying at the house
Right.
all the time. My grandfather, I get up one morning. Oh shit! Granddad's dead.
Yeah. My grandfather died in my house when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Bedroom right across from me.
yeah, yeah. Now we don't see death. We don't see birth.
Right.
We don't. We like uh, a person could cut their arm and like bleed to death. The man put a tourniquet, put some pressure on the wound. We don't know life saving. We're like grown ass kids.
I mean, for the majority, right? And that's why we have to intentionally be set apart. We
Yeah.
have to be intentional because as a society as a whole, we are easily manipulated.
Right.
And the government and the media has been manipulating and controlling us for a very
For a long time. And that's why, like now, with my media network, PhoenixStreetNews.com, and Connect to Your City. Connect to Your City, we now have like 248 channels on the system. The system was built, this OTT system was built by a black man right here in Arizona
Mm.
and stuff like 15 years ago.
Wow.
Before there was OTT, he built it for cell phone application
Oh.
and then sold it. And then he's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I think that was a bad idea. So he recreated it for desktop.
Mm.
So that's what we use. It just like regular cable. You go to connect to your city, go to your app, boom, boom, boom. Where's Roku, Fire Stick, da da da. Connect to your city. It's got a little infinity symbol, and then you'll see the whole cable lineup with all of the channels, time that stuff, and then you better go down to Phoenix Street News. Or because I have a website, I have the embed of my channel
On the website.
on my website.
That's good.
So now I on the Connected City app is limited to what I can do.
Good.
On my website, I got the TV player, radio, on demand stuff. So
Right.
so now people can, like, say for instance this podcast, and generally I like to go we about an hour and 7 minutes. I generally try to keep it like at an hour ish, and then I have the option because now it's being streamed on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so after that, once it's closed out, I can have it put in a time slot on my TV station. So now I can have it air every evening at 6 o'clock.
Oh, nice.
This episode. And since I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and not what's that fuck is the day? Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. So now I've got 6 days in. So now I can go back and have the first show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then next week my shows are people when people are watching it, it'll look like it's live.
Right.
Because and when they oh fuck he's live, boom, we go to the thing and he got a show on like oh yeah that was so now I got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now it's every week. Now it's a series.
Now it's a flow. You got a pipeline.
Yeah, and stuff. For that particular deal. So, but I got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of programming to fill up, and just so happened that the administrator put stuff in there, and then it loops, and then it's replaying all of the stuff over again, and so I expand till I got on Monday at such and such this show is on.
Right.
On Tuesday it's on on Tuesday at 8 it's this right here. On Tuesday at 10 it's this right here. And so eventually I'll have it all built out, but one person operation that, and I run my upholstery shop. I do upholstery. I do furniture, cars, and stuff. On the other half of this building has got upholstery stuff, and then It's got living quarters upstairs. So I stay here
Oh,
and
okay.
work here, and it's so rare. In the old days, prior to the 70s, like this was common.
Right.
You go back east, they got the store downstairs,
And
they
they
live
live
upstairs.
upstairs.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And so, but come in with zoning and all
Yep.
of that. See,
Codes.
and that's
Yep.
why where we mess up is on a political on a political side of letting these codes and stuff get passed without us. Like, oh no, wait, no, hold on, that's gonna mess us up because we live where we work.
I mean, because they've mastered the art of distraction.
Yeah,
If they can get us over here, then they can pass all those codes and laws
yeah.
over here, and we don't even realize.
Well, you know what she just mentioned, folks? Bread and circus. She might not know about bread and circus. She's like she pretty educated lady. But bread and circus, if you watch the old Gladiator movie, that was the perfect example of bread and circus. Politics gone bad. The citizens are in an uproar. What do? We give them bread, little trinkets, and we give them circus. We give them the theater.
Entertainment.
We give them the entertainment. And so nowadays, because I try to keep up with these kind of things, I'm like, AI. What's the new bread and circus? AI is like, I got you. So this is the circus
And the bread.
and the bread, because the bread is the endorphins that you get when you, oh, that's so great. Now you're scrolling, circus. Oh, stuff, bread and stuff, so you get that that stimulation from, oh, I like that. And there's gonna be 5,000 more scrolls before
Next
you.
thing you know, you done spent
Yeah,
6, 7 hours.
I did a TikTok. I did a TikTok says, "Are you a scroller? Endlessly scrolling. What the fuck are you scrolling for?" And
I like that.
all right, people, this is it. This is Miss Carter. Now, how can people get in touch with you?
Okay, so follow me on social media. If you have Facebook or Instagram, it is Carter's Mobile Notary. Just Carter's Mobile Notary. Actually, on Instagram, it's Carter's Notary. No
It's
mobile.
Carter's Notary.
Yeah,
Notary.
on Instagram. Yes.
Okay.
So just Carter's Notary on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Carter's Mobile Notary. And go to our website. Please check out my website. It is cartersmobilenotary.com. On the website, you can see the link where you can book me if you need a notary. I do service the entire valley, so it doesn't matter where you are. I come to you.
Buckeye, Buckeye, Gila Bend and stuff. Tucson. She is.
I ain't coming to Tucson.
She all right. She ain't going to
But
Tucson.
Phoenix,
Phoenix Metro, Phoenix
yes.
Metro area. You can get her, and her email is Carter's with an S.
Nope, that's old.
Oh shit, that's just right. You told me that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So my email address is Sierra, Ciera, at cartersmobilenotary.com. Again, cartersmobilenotary.com is the website. Carter's Mobile Notary is on Facebook, and Carter's Notary is on Instagram.
And 623-414-7533. And you can
like
get
the way
Miss
you
Carter.
said it.
All right, so until next time, y'all be good. Y'all know we got the 45 days ad special, so which is what I'm going to explain to Miss Carter right now, so we finish the show up. Our ad special is 45 free days. Miss Dynasty, she's the CEO of PhoenixStreetNews.com, and we have 45 days, 4 ads per day for 45 days, a total of 180 ads. The contract is 90 days, which is 360 total ads. Okay. The options are 180 for the back end of the 45 days, $180. Or, say for instance, you don't want to spend $180 right then because commercial, 30-second commercial, you might not have a commercial already. If you didn't, the 180 covers the ad itself, the commercial, and so forth. If you don't want to pay the 180 up front, we got payments. $50 for the setup for the ad, and then $50 a month. I mean $50 a week for 4 weeks. That way, at your 45 days is running free. You paid for within the first month the back end of your last 45 days.
Oh, gotcha.
So you've got, because you get a total of 360
Right.
ads in the 90-day period, 4 ads per day. You decide what time you want the ads to play. You're like, okay, well, people might get up early in the morning, whatever. I want to have it at 7 o'clock, and then maybe at 2 in the afternoon, and then maybe at 6 in the evening, and at 10 o'clock.
Mm.
And so that's every day. That and for small business, it's really not about somebody see your ad. Oh shit, I need that, and call you. That's not the way it works. Marketing is I'm building brand
Awareness.
awareness
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So when they do need, it's like learn and enroll is the way to go. Call 977-1900. I ain't trying to memorize that.
I ain't never gonna call Learn and Enroll in my life, but I know who they are and I know the number.
Yeah, and I did call them. Oh, man, I ain't playing. I was in an accident, and I'm like, who I want to call? Oh, fuck, let it enroll. Call 977-1900. And I was like, it took them a fucking year
Right.
to get me my money.
But
But
the point is, they got awareness.
Yes.
And that's the whole point of marketing is
Yes.
making the community aware.
Aware that you have a business, that you are in the marketplace. So, and building your brand. So at the end of the day, your advertising is like your rent, your lights, and that kind of stuff. It is an ongoing process of brand placement in the marketplace. So that when people thinking, like right now, who knows who a notary is?
Right.
There is no called
Right.
Tyrone Notary,
Nothing.
blah blah blah, fast. And no, you gotta. Where's a
Google
notary
search.
near me, and stuff. And that's why what we do is important, especially because we do black programming. If you go to the website, let's see what's playing right now. PhoenixStreetNews.com. So you go to the website, and all right, it looks like this. When you go to the website, you'll have that general announcement, TV and radio, local producers are now playing, boom, boom, boom. Click that. Now, what you would do as a new person, you would click this little envelope, and then you would enter your information, blah, blah, blah. All right, okay, so out of there, when you scroll, this player is the TV. This will have our TV programming. When you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Okay.
And what I do is I go through my news and my YouTube stuff, and when I got a producer that's got good. For going on a week now, this is my
and all of this counterfeit concern. It's essentially a more obnoxious version of what the country endured after 9/11. W and his administration.
See, this guy is the black authority. he
These guys were
he
floundering.
does
On top of that, their little
black
right-wing agenda had stalled out. They
politics
desperately
and
needed
news
something that they could point to
daily.
in order to try to
Right.
So
ramrod their
what I
agenda down
did
Prince's
was
throat. And then W, in his
give
gargantuan
him a
incompetence, basically
spot
allowed
on
9/11
my
to happen.
TV
You
because
know,
I
President
like
Trump's been
his
briefing,
content,
warning you that there's an
you know,
imminent
and his
terrorist attack
content
on
is
Wall Street,
valuable.
and you just sit
So
there
for
and go,
me,
"Well, I'm sure it'll be all right."
This is
Yeah,
my
you
son.
basically
yeah.
allowed it to
So for
occur.
me,
And rather than
uh,
be horrified
I
at his
want my
gargantuan
audience
incompetence that
to
allowed
get
thousands of
good
Americans to be killed,
content,
Right.
instead,
right?
W
So
and the
when
Republicans
he
did
has a
was they
new
waved the
show
bloody flag
come out, and I
around
say,
on
okay,
every
that's
single
good.
chance they
I'll
got, as
just
far as they
copy
were
the link,
concerned.
send
This
it
was
to
going to
my
be their
to the
shield to ward
director,
off any
and
and all
have him
responsibility and
replace
accountability
the
as they started
existing one
driving all kinds of
for this new
unpopular
Oh
update,
wow.
Democratic
right? Okay,
constitutional.
so that's the TV. Then we got radio.
Yeah, okay.
So I got gospel, I got R&B, I got rap, some local artists and stuff. You know what I mean? So so that's down south, baby. So anyway, so we have that, and then we have on demand. Okay, so and I did this video. This guy right here, MC Magic, is a Mexican guy. About 40 years ago, I met him at the swap meet, doing tapes, doing little stuff at the swap meet. 30 years later, he's doing on the 29th of this month at the Orpheum Theater, 30-year reunion of his first album
Wow.
and stuff. So this was at the Suns uh, arena, and I'm doing the video
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. And the only reason why I was able to do it is because I've been knowing it for
Oh.
so long and stuff. I'm like on one of his albums, like yeah, like years ago. So and then we've got video. This is one of his.
Oh, that's a music video.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So all of this kind of stuff is on their website. I had Colangelo on them send me something about their last golf tournament. They have news stories. I'm gonna be updating this stuff all the time and stuff. This guy, Milano Suit Fashion, where I get all of my suits from. We do silent witness and stuff for murders primarily.
Okay.
Nothing else. It's like, how come y'all can't solve murders? So we got that kind of stuff. And when you are at the top for the menu, about us business, kind of crime street, got that cultural street. It's like African, Caribbean and stuff, dating street, just entertainment. It's about basic joints and 420 Street, all right, with Latin Street, blah, blah, blah. News, basic news stories and stuff. Spiritual street, like churches and all that kind of travel. Anything urban street, now that's us, our little stuff. Bars, nightclubs, that's what we pretty much cater to. Bars, nightclubs, restaurants, entertainment venues, sports street, photo gallery is like a lot of times I'm out and I might be at a club taking random photos of people and stuff and adult street strippers and stuff like that and stuff. But anyway, that's uh, that's how the website breaks down and uh, your stuff would be airing on the TV.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so whichever time, like if you say, well, it's gonna be at 3 o'clock or whatever. All right, right now, after one of these shows goes off, your commercial
Okay.
is gonna pop in.
Gonna play.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what's going down here. Let me get up and out of here.
Yes, and before I go, because I do need to go.
Yeah.
I also have a business called Carter's Notary Consulting. I teach notaries how to build their notary business, and also teach a business accelerator. And I am in the process of getting my certification to become a business consultant because I want to work with all kinds of businesses. I love business. I love talking business. I love teaching business. So connect with me if you want to network. If you want to become a notary, or if you are a notary and you want to grow your business, connect with me. All right, I gotta go.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. Oh, see,
Look,
see how
something.
people open up a can of worms and stuff, and then try to put the lid on, and the little worms is hanging out.
Listen,
Okay.
they are calling me. I got to go.
Okay, so she got to go, but we want to put a little bug in her ear. I'm working on a vocational training center
Oh, nice.
that is a co-op
Okay.
where the students become owners and part of the business.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I
that.
mentioned this, I was in a conversation with the ADOS folks, and they just shut me down on X, and I'm like, you don't want me on your bad side, because
Right.
I'm ruthless. I will drag you through it. Okay, so I said every black community needs to have a marketplace, a swap meet, or whatever you call it, whatever you want. And they said, "Oh, you think we going back to swap meets and bothering and riding with each other?" I was like, a marketplace is not primarily for you to buy amongst each other. It is for you to attract money from outside the community into your community to buy your stuff.
Yeah. Have you been to the Buy Black Marketplace?
With Archwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, well, I mean, we
Yeah,
can,
we gotta go.
yeah, we can talk, we can talk about this right here on the air. We can talk about that. We go, and bow. Next time we see y'all later, make sure you like and follow.